have playing in the background. Hopefully it's not too. Hopefully just. Alright, maybe we'll bring it down to just to make sure that it is not drowning. It's not find that balance. If Chad, you want to let me know if it is too, let me know. And yes, if you see me looking to the side, it's just making sure that I have the building this part. We're gonna build up this little cavern here, and we will go about it. So in the meantime, tell me, Chad, how is your morning going so far? We'll bring out these little pieces. Well, this is a attempt to be organized. How long this will last, don't know. Honestly, we don't know, and to be honest with lots of other things when it comes to streams like this, I don't think anybody really cares. Well, let's have fun. Make this sort of like make this sort of a cozy. Oh, okay. There's actually a thing here to make there actually is a video out there of me doing a very prolonged and bad I'm blanking on his name. A video of me doing a bad Jack Sparrow impersonation. And that is all to do. Yeah, wants me to So it is already kind of telling me I have to dump the entire bag open. Because I've already done it with the other one. So if that's the way it's gonna be, we're basically gonna go old fashioned on this. So just gotta give a perspective. Here is the old set that I had earlier where I did initially build the pirate. So this is going to require a lot more organization than I anticipate. So we might be spending this stream kind of trying to reorganize everything, because just to kind of give a quick disclaimer, this was the little shark that I had initially because yeah.
Dead creeks, whispers, tales of old.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is because trying to dig through this entire thing, it's going to suck. So give me a quick moment, chat. I'm gonna go grab some containers. I will be right back. In the meantime, I'm just gonna increase the volume on the
in our pockets in the devil's glare. Oh, we're kings of the tides, thieves of the night, lure us by fire in the soft moonlight. Dance those decks till the stars forget, living on plunder, no regret. Sing
you.
No
Okay,
map
it's
can
gonna give me
capture
like a
the
step
path
by
we
step.
make.
Open
No
back
anchor
one,
holds where hearts
then
will
build it.
break. Wrong and
Like you
revenge
usually
make
see
strong in
when
the
you see
air.
a
We breathe in
usual set.
chaos, but never despair.
Now
Oh,
that
we're
I've seen
kings
that, no,
of the
that's not.
tides.
Seen that, no, it's
Thieves of
basically
the
open the
night.
bag and find it.
Looters by
Find
fire
out.
in the soft moonlight.
We are so
Dance
find out.
those
We're
depths
just gonna go ahead and
till
go
the
right
stars
and
forget.
first get all these pieces organized.
Living on plunder, no regret.
Yay! We get the one.
No, we're
What the
kings
Legos are
of the
organized.
tide.
Yay!
Thieves of the night, looters by fire
So,
in the soft
but at
moonlight.
least it sets August
Dance
up
those
sets up
steps
August for a more
till the stars
interesting and
forget.
intriguing.
Living on plunder,
It'll at
no
least set things
regret.
up for a more intriguing August. So in the meantime, while we get things semi-organized and yes, we are doing this live mode. In the meantime, let's see if I can figure out. Let's break the screen and try and get. We got the YouTube chat to work. Let's take this opportunity. I'm going to take this as an opportunity to try and rumble finally got chat to work now, so I can see in real time now, and we can actually display the chat. So we can kind of to maybe the chagrin of everybody else, we can now go back to the organizing and full display of my autism. And before people think that it's kind of, and no, this is not some mean thing to say. This is a mean thing to say. Yeah, doesn't mean, and it also doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I'd much rather put. The reason we're doing this right now live is because but I can tell you one thing, Chad, I have struggled for a little over a month now trying to get these chats in sync. Knowing that because I do have plans that depending on how much this takes off, doing some expanding live streaming to not just Kick but also X/Twitter, whatever we want to call it today, and in Instagram Live, and to all other platforms, including possibly Twitch, maybe even Kick, not Kick. Now that I have both sides up and both chats up and running, how is everybody doing? And yes, if you see me turning to the side, it's because I am doing chat. Basically, the way my sorting works is it is color coded, but before there's any overreaction, we are talking about like hundreds of little pieces that could be bigger than this or smaller than this. So there has to be some level of organization involved eventually, and eventually it all comes together to form the model or set that we are, the desired model or set that we're looking for. So in the meantime, how is everybody's Sunday going so far? Anybody? I know that for me, yesterday was a mostly relaxing day. I did finally get a necessary haircut, or not necessary, but keeping up with trying to keep my sort of trying to be somewhat groomed and respectable. Because last time I let my hair grow all the way, as the person cutting my hair once said, it looks like a small animal. Looks like there's a small animal on the ground, like a rat. It looked like the size of a possum or a raccoon. That's how much hair was on the ground. And it would be, and I know with some of you might be saying, well, why not just let it grow long? Let it grow long, for example. Well, that would be, I could do that. The problem is I have curly hair. So instead of going down, instead of going straight down, it would just go all over the place. If you were to like not braid, but like lump it together, you could in theory have a miniature Krusty the Clown hairstyle almost. And that might have been fine in high school for example, but doesn't really work well. Does not really work well. When you're older.
Tales of old. Chased by the wind where stories unfold. Bahama winds that kiss our sails.
Don't really have a view
treasures and sunken trails. The salt
yeah, right now I just want to separate colors, for example, just so that I can at least be able to wrap my head around it, because I don't think, Chad, you want to see me struggle through going through this entire bag and struggle through the entire bag, finding that one elusive piece. If that is something you would want to see, leave a comment along with your regularly subscribe, along with your like and subscribe, so that we can get out more content like this. The other thing that's been pretty cool and good I've done recently is I finished yesterday. For those of you who missed it, I finished the game Bolt Gun, which is sort of like a retro 90s, early 2000s first-person shooter set in the Warhammer 40K universe. And it's hard to describe what that looks like, or at least give it a reasonable or like a low key for those who are not who don't know what that sentence means. The premise of it is, what would humanity look like 40,000 years in the future? And it's very much a mix of like a golden age of tech, as well as a dark age, and it's like and then climb out, and then an eventual trying to climb out of the dark ages, involving various alien species, interdimensional creatures. It's very wild. And in the case of the Bolt Gun game itself, is also very much on the violent end of things. A lot of gore, a lot of gore, a lot of blood, a lot of guts being spurred around. So the streams I have, I would not, if you have kids, I would not recommend that to young kids, but if you are a teenager, but it is a very cool mixture of fraternal, just like the fraternal order, like a fraternal heavy metal beat. Lots of talks, lots of discussions of brotherhood and loyalty to each other, as well as like a pseudo-military experience, especially with the main character being the Emperor of Mankind, which is the main, from my understanding, the main story that is consistent throughout the 40K verse. In fact, there are several major celebrities who are fans of that. The most publicly well known of which is Henry Cavill, who has for over a year now been working with a combination of Amazon and Workshop, who owns most of the figure sets, who owns the prop IPs for it, to start up create a TV show centered in 40K, which to my knowledge would be its first because when it first started, and chat, anyone who's, and I'm not a full expert on this, I'm just kind of giving my point of view or perspective on it. play different species and factions, and your battles, and it's a tabletop game. And over the years, with the introduction of the internet and technology, introduced many different games, many different video games that has allowed 40K to grow in popularity. The best examples of those games are Space Marine 1 and 2, Dark Tide, and I think and Bolt Guns kind of in that lesser known group because it's not a it's a in a 2D style like if you played Doom, the old school Doom games back in the day, it is more reminiscent of that, a little bit more detailed, but nevertheless a lot of fun, a lot of chaos. Like, without spoiling too much of the actual story of the game, you have to fight through waves upon waves of demons, monsters, corrupted space marines. It is a lot of fun. But you also have to, especially like in my game stream, if you check them out, I decided there's going to be a lot of frustrations, a lot of cursing, and for this perspective, I'm playing with keyboard mouse, which is different for me because I normally am for a lot of you gamers out there, I am a veteran. I am a console veteran. Meaning, so I basically do a lot of so majority of my gaming experience comes from either an Xbox or some PlayStation controller, and so to play keyboard mouse definitely is a different experience. But we will see. We'll see how quickly I pick it up. I went through the entire. And just for you, Chad, I have gone through the entire Bolt Gun game with only keyboard and mouse. I'm just checking Chad just to make sure. Yeah. We'll do this. We'll do this for another. Let's see. We'll do more sorting. We'll do more of the sorting for another 5 minutes or so because I kind of expected to just jump in and start building. When I say jump in and start building, the expectation was just kind of open one bag at a time, like you normally see with Lego. But given that it's kind of a bag is open and search for the other pieces yourself, I'm just going to spend the rest of the day kind of sorting through all this. And maybe in the middle of the week we will start up building our pirate themed world. And I think you'll be not surprised but pleased when you see what ships we have in mind. This is more laying the foundation. This is kind of like laying the groundwork for it. And I hope you guys kind of join because it'll be more fun and more important. And also for those of you who are parents, this will be more cozy, easygoing. So if your kids happen to walk around while this is playing in the background, or if you enjoy watching Lego streams, you can feel sure there won't be any cursing or yelling or anything about it. Unlike the Bolt Gun game. So, kind of give you a little bit of assurance and peace of mind. I don't have the, as much as I know I need to be organized, I am not that well organized. And two, I don't have that level of deep attention to detail in regard. Attention to detail, especially when it comes to Legos. As long as, generally speaking, I can find, as long as, at minimum, as long as I can find the color piece, find pieces, bring this up color. Maybe down the road, maybe before we start the stream, maybe we can. Oh, here we go. Here's some of the figures that we had from the previous build. Fill out our world, and we'll end the stream right here. Hopefully, and then by the next stream, all this will be more sorted out, and we will start our build. So I appreciate everybody's patience and time, and I will see you in the next stream. Just remember, stay fun, stay weird. Bye bye.